Okay, Shalom. Shalom. Kwam Yasha Allah Koholoimla. Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakahakadash, double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, who rule well and that by the Spirit taught us his beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here, sincerity, keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, to the best of their ability. This is Achanan Nawah. Just coming at you with another quick lesson. Praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. A little quick one. I know you've been hearing about these tariffs. And I seen an article earlier where Canada pretty much they're taking all the American liquor, you know what I'm saying, the booze out of the stores, and pretty much they're just gonna stock that shit to the back somewhere, you know what I'm saying, until this terrorist war shit is over. But it's gonna affect as far as the article I was reading, it's gonna affect bars, because the bars can't use it, they're just taking the shit off the counter. They ain't even giving a fuck about the tariffs. They're just taking it completely out of the stores, the bars. They just really making a voicing their opinion loud and strong that they like fuck America basically overall. But this is for educational purposes only. So this is one of the videos that I did see on it. American whiskey and beverages pulled from Canadian stores over UF tariffs, and then of course they got hashtag FAFO, fuck around and find out. And comments, all that. Hey, people see what's going on, but these people, people are sick and tired of America, man. But this is for educational purposes only. I'm not getting any monetary value off of it. Copyright disclaimer. So I just wanted to just play this video for educational purposes only. So let's play a little bit of this.
Tariffs, and it's not looking good.
Reports indicate that American-made whiskey, including Kentucky bourbon, is being pulled from store shelves across the country.
April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in. And whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them. That's reciprocal, back and forth. Whatever they tax us.
Donald Trump has announced that on April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs will take effect. He made it clear that if other countries impose tariffs on the United States, the U.S. will respond in kind. According to Trump, whatever they tax America, America will tax them right back. He also pointed out that some nations don't just impose tariffs. They use other barriers to keep American goods out of their markets entirely. In response, he said the U.S. will do the same to them.
I did it with China and I did it with others, and the Biden administration couldn't do anything about it because there was so much money they couldn't do anything about it.
We buy from the U.S. more than China, Japan, France, and the UK combined.
Now, in response to Trump's 25% tariffs on Canadian goods, effective March 4th, 2025, Canada is retaliating.
We provide a lot of energy to the U.S. Oil and gas, fertilizers, so potash, uranium for their nuclear sites, hydroelectricity. So ultimately, there is an interdependency between the U.S. and Canada. But when we hear 25% tariffs, it's an existential threat.
Reports indicate that American-made whiskey, including Kentucky bourbon, is being pulled from store shelves across the country. Provinces like British Columbia and Nova Scotia are taking action, with retailers removing U.S. liquor. In Toronto and across Ontario, American alcohol is being taken off the shelves as part of Canada's broader economic retaliation. Ontario Premier Doug Ford has announced a boycott, and the provincial liquor retailer LCBO has already started removing American beverages. Similar measures are reportedly being considered in other provinces as trade tensions escalate.
Canada has responded to Donald Trump's tariffs, and it's not looking good. Canada pretty much said, if you're going to hit us with a tariff, we will happily cut the power off. In case you didn't know, Canada supplies a lot of power to states like New York, Michigan, and Minnesota. So if they pull the plug, some experts are predicting a major blackout or an energy crisis for us. And that's not all. Here are some of the things that will be directly impacted because of the tariffs. Number one, gas prices, our electric bills, auto parts and the car market in general, but also certain produce and groceries that are imported, like avocados, electronics like computer, cell phones and tablet, clothes and shoes, and certain alcohols like tequila, whiskey, and bourbon. The tariffs that were implemented will go into effect today, March 4th, 2025. And please understand that grocery stores operate on a very thin margin, meaning they cannot eat the tariffs. So some of our groceries will be going up. Also, Canadian politician Doug Ford stated that Canada did not start this tariff war, but they will win. He also ordered to remove any American alcohol company from the Canadian shelves. And he stated that he doesn't understand why Donald Trump is attacking their closest friend and ally. And a tariff on Canada is a tax on America. Now, let me give you my 2 cents that nobody asked for. We cannot control what is happening, okay? So every time you hear the news, as bad as they are, I don't want you to panic or freak out. When we're talking about prices going up, it's going to take time for that to happen. We're gonna see an increase within the next 3 to 6 months. So if you got a tax return, please save that money. Now is not the time to go on shopping spree, be spending money on nonsense.
Well, people are not doing that anyway. But you do have some, I mean, you know, people with fucking bills for real not doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? You do have a younger generation where they don't care. You know, they still gonna want to ball out, you know, and do their little bullshit, hot girl summers and all that silly, stupid shit. But people that's actually got house notes, you know, a mortgage, you know, they got a car insurance to pay. It's definitely putting gas in the car. You know, especially if they got children, especially young children, got to get diapers and daycare, all this shit, man. Look, people are already pulling back, you know what I'm saying? So that's fucking with the American economy in itself. So Esau is really, man, he's fucking himself over, really. But see, people are you know, hey, I know here in Michigan, what she just said as far as energy bill, the energy bill, I think what was last week, just paid it. Hey, that fucking bill went from, it definitely went up $100. Definitely spent the extra $100 on that bill, and so we'll see. You know, we'll see this month coming in the next couple of weeks. You know, like that's just what it's gonna be, because it probably is gonna go up a little bit more, because it went up $100 and some change dollars. So we're already seeing that. I'm already seeing, you know, like the gas prices, they've been fluctuating here and there. You know what I'm saying? But you know, because we're right on the border of Canada. You know, I can be in Canada in like the next 30 minutes, 40 minutes. You know, depends on what the traffic is like. You know, if I just drove from my house right now, I could be there. You know what I'm saying? Across the border, whatever. So it's like, you know, you share a few borders. But Trump, the shit Trump doing is just, you know, that's that pride, man. Matter of fact, let's get a scripture on pride real quick. Yeah, it's only going to come, and it's Esau just in general, man, because it's really these Edomites. These are, you know, like partners, you know, all these Edomites, these European nations, we keep saying it. You have to know that all these European nations, they've been in on it, the thick of it, all the way through slavery, all the way up to now, as to keeping down the Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They've always had that in common. They've always been able to do some business. They may disagree, you know, or agree on certain things. You know, they work things out, do business. But now it's like that shit is not working out for him. It's not going well for him, man. And it's all prophetic. Now this is Proverbs 16 and 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Because that guy that's over there in Canada, over in Ontario, hell, he actually sound like Trump. If you was to just not look at the screen and listen to him, you think Trump talking. So they all prideful as hell. And then you have that great division. Let's get that. All these things got to happen before this place fall. Matthew 12 and 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. See? So Canada and America, that's a house. That's a kingdom, you know, or basically that they're family overall, because they're both Edomites. You know, they're all a part of that Great Britain. You know what I'm saying? They're all Edomites. So they're all infighting. You got France over there talking shit. All those other European nations over there talking shit. Trump done pulled out of the, pretty much overall, he done left Ukraine off to dry. So now the rest of Europe is trying to pick up the pieces to that shit because they feeling like, okay, well, if President Putin over in Russia overrun Ukraine, he can come through and overrun their shit too. Because all that stuff is in the same border. It's all within the same region. See? And then the shit that they was trying to do to begin with is really kind of backfiring on them, because the Ukraine thing, as far as NATO, wanting to join NATO and all that shit, that would have put them right on the borders of Russia with military might, nuclear missiles and things like that. So that guy, he was like, fuck that, man. No, y'all not doing that. But now he's taking over enough land to get closer enough to them where, hey, he can have a damn missile hit your shit in 15 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, man. So, and they're all Edomites. Those Russians are Edomites too. Those Ukrainians are Edomites too. So it's all infighting. And you got it. This dude, Trump, man, he's lost his goddamn mind. He's not thinking, though. Because he's got that pride, man. That pride, that super duper prideful spirit is on him. And the Lord got that spirit on him. Because you have to have that spirit before your ass fall. So, I kind of seen this and I'm like, and people, I'm going through it. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find this other article. I'm just going to Google it. Now, mind you, I found this right here to be ironic, too. Jack Daniels, which was supposedly created by a so-called black man, a slave, right? Yep, this was CNN 7 hours ago, so people still reporting on it somewhat. So this is basically the picture we just saw, them taking shit off the shelves with Jack Daniels. Parent company says Canada pulling booze off shelves is even worse than tariffs. So they're gonna push this company under, man. And then what's that? No, not Kentucky. This is Kentucky. That's a lot of that bourbon is coming from. Because people over there, they like bourbon. I don't think I don't even know nobody drink bourbon, but a lot of those Canadians, they love bourbon. But Nebraska, was it Nebraska? I think it's Nebraska that the farm workers and shit like that, they're losing a lot of ground too, because hey, nobody is, those farmers, nobody's popping up for work. Those immigrants is like, man, we're not showing up, man. Y'all motherfuckers not throwing us in no cages. We got enough. Cause see, Northern Kingdom was real resilient, man. They live together. They'll share bills. They'll all stock up in one crib type of deal, and they'll save some goddamn money. They're not just out here just fucking around. They're not blowing no money like that. And guess what? I'm willing to bet you that a lot of Northern Kingdom, a lot of these so-called immigrants, hey, they were stocking up. They was already stocking up. Matter of fact, they stock up just cause. They keep some beans and rice on deck, man. Straight up. If they ain't got nothing else, they got some beans and rice, and they know how to, make shit stretch and survive, man. It's these damn Edomites and these, overall, these regular Americans, they're not going to be able to stand, man, when shit really hits the fans, man. So, of course, this, let me see, this CEO, Brown-Forman, which makes Jack Daniels whiskey and other liquors, see, they make a couple of things. Blasted the move as disproportionate. That's worse than a tariff because it's literally taking your sales away, said Lawson Whiting in the earnings call Wednesday. So you already know, hey, they got shareholders, man. They hating Trump right now. Noting the very disproportionate response to the 25% tariffs applied this week. They like, fuck the 25%, though. They taking that shit off the shelves in general. They're not even giving nobody an opportunity to buy that shit. And I think, that may have, because I know they sell Budweiser and, I've been to Canada before, you know what I'm saying? They shit is a little bit different, though. I think they, because they have different laws over there, for certain ingredients and stuff like that. So I think America makes a different type of batch for them as opposed to the batch that they make for us here. And actually they make a better batch because, again, a lot of that GMO shit and a lot of ingredients that America is able to get away with this faulty ass FDA over here. They're not able to push a lot of that stuff in those other countries and stuff. So, yep. Yeah. Okay. Damn. In January, the company laid off around 700 employees and closed the Kentucky cooperage. I didn't even know that. Where wooden barrels are produced, aged whiskey and bourbon. So those people, hey, those barrels, man, they aged that bourbon, man. They, the Canadians love that bourbon, man. Yep. And then, of course, they're saying following the pandemic peak in 2020 through 2022, spirit companies have been contending with slowing sales. Brown-Forman first sounded the alarm in 2023 when it reported whiskey sales were falling. Champagne sales as well. You know what I'm saying? All them popping bottles and shit. People not doing that shit no more. I seen that before too. Nobody got nothing to celebrate. If anything, shit, they having a strong, stiff ass drink because of the day they went through and worrying about their damn bills. If they, if anything, they keep a little cheap ass 5 o'clock gin or some plastic bottle shit on deck. It says the stark contrast compared to a year prior when they were soaring by double digits. Yep, it's a wrap. It says their stock closed at 10% higher Wednesday because the company's outlook had already taken tariffs into account. So, okay, but yeah, hey, a lot of companies, kind of prepared for stuff. But Jack Daniels, again, I just found it to be ironic. Let me see. Because it was supposedly created by a slave, if I'm not, and I think the family, I'm not sure if they give the family any of that money. I think they probably, Esau not gonna do right. He ain't gonna do right. Let me see. Yep, I think, yep, here you go right here. Yes, Nathan Nearest Green, an enslaved man, taught Jack Daniels how to make Jack Daniels Tennessee whiskey. Green was the first African-American master distiller in the United States. And you think that this guy is giving any of that, you think that this company is giving any of that money to it? His family's still around. I think one of his daughters, not daughters, I want to say one of his great-granddaughters or some shit, I'm not sure. It says Green taught Daniel the method of distilling Tennessee whiskey. Green was hired as the first master distiller at Jack Daniels Distillery. While Green's contributions were forgotten, early company records were incomplete, making it easy for Green's contributions to be forgotten. Now, that's just the way that Esau got down. Black people's contributions to American food and drink have often been erased. Nope, that's what everything we created. We've created most of this shit that people get by with today. Legacy of Green. Fawn Weaver. Okay, I think that's her. Fawn Weaver created, it was her uncle. Uncle Nearest premium whiskey to honor Green's legacy. Victoria Edie Butler, a descendant of Green's, works as a distillery master blender. Man, fuck working there. You should own that shit. Slavery was common in the late 1800s when distilling moved into Tennessee and Kentucky. Many successful farmers had at least a few slaves who were often involved in whiskey production. See that? See that? And that right there, that's what kind of, hit me at first. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I seen Jack Daniels, I'm like, well, yeah, good for your motherfucking ass. Because see, Esau is starting to reap what they've sown. Let's get that Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived, Yahweh is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. See? You didn't want to give up, because see, ain't no goddamn way a family member of this man from way down the line, from way back then, should be working for you. They should be sitting back collecting motherfucking, at least some royalties off that shit. Working? Are you crazy? I'm looking at the Fox News in the backdrop. It's 144.4K people watching the live news on Fox right now. Call Loyim Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Matter of fact, let me show you. Put it up to the TV real quick here. Salakia. See that? 144.4K watching. Praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Hashem HaKodash, man. But yeah, I thought this to be beautiful when I seen it. Like, who's pitying you, man? See, Esau has never shown no mercy. That's why when we look at shit like this, we just kick back and we laughing. And let me see if there was some Let's go into this right here. Kind of comments they had. European here. I cancel all my paid subscriptions of U.S. companies and won't buy American goods. Go Canada. See, Canada got a lot more patriotism than America. America don't have no patriotism no more like that. Says in the UK, I am boycotting Starbucks, McDonald's, KFC, Costco's, Costas, Kellogg's, Coca-Cola, Johnson Johnson, Lay's, Papa John's, Domino's, and I will keep looking. American products are finished for me. Putin's puppet. Hey, man. This shows you right here that separation, that division. Canada is not happy. We won't forget this economic Pearl Harbor. We loved you like cousins, but now you can kiss our maple leaf. Yep. Yeah, Canada has never lost a war. We will survive this tariff war too. Okay. I work in a Canadian government liquor store, and we pulled every American alcohol from the shelves. Yep. No more Jack Daniels for me. Only Jose Cuervo's. Well, okay. That's coming out of Mexico, so to speak. Yeah, you know, Jose Cuervo's not that bad. They got a couple different kinds. If you like tequila. Canadians are buying nothing from the U.S. I understand that Denmark is not either. Yes, a lot of these countries turning against the U.S., man. And just never know, man. Hey, I seen an article, too, man. We're talking about Trump might be a... Trump might be a Russian asset, man. That guy set up to ruin this place, man. From the things that he's doing is pretty evident. I'm not sure what, who knows, man. It says not just the whiskey, but the wine and the beer, too. Yeah, they sell beer and wine over there. Yeah, somebody said you will see increase in fruit and veggies in about 2 weeks, not 3 months. I was thinking that too. I don't know what the fuck she talking about. Shit already going up. Australia stands with Canada. America here. I, as well as millions of others, did not vote this madman in. We support your boycott. Yep, it's the Americans even supporting the damn Canadian boycott, because these people, they even America is sick of America. Yeah, man. Connecticut is proud to be a blue state and stands against fascism. We stand with Canada. Yeah. See, with all that separation, it's all... You have to realize that this is where the point we're at right now. You know? This is how you know that we're in the end days, man. Because again, let me go back and get that scripture again. Matthew 12 and 25. Matter of fact, you know what? I think let's get the account in Mark 3 and 23, I think it is. Yep, Mark 3 and 23. And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? If a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. That's it, man. That's it. And that's true. I mean, that's if you just dealing with people in general, man, just, and whether it's your family members, whether it's a friend, whether it's a business partner, you know what I'm saying? Hell, even on a damn soccer team or a basketball team, if the people are not getting along, you know what I'm saying, and the shit is divided, you're not going to get full input. It's just going to be, fussing, fighting. I'm going this way, I'm going that way. And then next thing you know, the whole thing is broken, man. And that's Esau's kingdom. And it's going on in the Americas. It's going over in all the European countries. It's going on in, it's, hey, this is a beautiful time that we're living in, man. So I'm going to end out, too. I didn't want to keep it long, man. I was just thinking like, yep. That Jack Daniels shit really got it. Like, yeah, clown. You've been sitting up on that money for a long time. But, I mean, of course, they still going to make money, because it's not like Canada's the only place that buy shit like that. Or New Mexico. Some of these other countries do. And then you'll have some of these MAGAs. They'll go out and support shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Well, we'll go and buy Tennessee whiskey. But like I said, man, these Americans, they're not patriotic no more like that. That shit is not happening like that. They're not patriotic. It's just that's that division amongst these people here. Because you had, if you watch the Trump's Congress speech and all that other shit day before yesterday or night before, whatever, a couple of nights ago. Shit, man, that shit was crazy as hell just looking at it. Half the room standing up clapping, the other half of the room sitting down. The whole fucking, I don't even know how long, I think that shit was on, maybe about 2 hours. That's crazy, bro. And I'm just sitting there just giggling, man. Like that separation. But this is what we pray for. That's why we say, continually pray for the downfall of Esau's kingdom. Ecclesiastes 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy. And the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Witnessing, man. So all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We're watching the fall of our enemies right before our very eyes, man. The Lord is going to tear this guy down, these people down right before us, man. Now, we know that, because he has but a short time. He knows that he has but a short time as well. That's the reason why they're really doing all this shit that they're doing. Trying to keep the shit afloat, and it's not going to work. It's just not going to happen, man. They trying to, go past the Lord's timing for this place, and they can't. I brought this one out earlier. That was another lesson. 2nd Ezra 6:9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So these people shit is ending, and our kingdom is coming, man. And just a few more prophecies left to go, man. So just keep on praying, keep on fasting, keep on reading, stay straight ahead, man, in this truth, man. Because we're almost there. So with that, pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yasha'Allah on the Bible Ball.